morning to you. Thank you for joining us today on this Giving Tuesday, December 3rd. We always look forward to our time together for the area's only live local talk and entertainment show, Virginia This Morning. I'm Amy Lacey.
Good morning. I'm Bill Bevins. It's the first Smooth Day Tuesday in December. Thank you, as always, for tuning into our live show. We really appreciate the privilege of your time.
You had asked about Giving Tuesday.
Yeah, well, so notice we said today's Giving Tuesday.
Yeah. You know, everything after Thanksgiving has a theme now. There's Black Friday, the Friday after Thanksgiving. There's Cyber Saturday.
Shop local.
No, Cyber Monday, Shop Local Saturday,
Yeah.
Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
Giving Tuesday is a way to, you know, donate to a nonprofit, give your time, volunteer.
Oh,
just do a little something to help the community and those
I wonder why
around
they didn't
you.
put that closer to Thanksgiving.
It is close to Thanksgiving, but all the other days of the week were already picked, Bill. So, you know, Cyber Monday, I guess, takes precedence from the IT world. So, you know.
They had to give this one a little bit later.
Yeah, on Tuesday, but, you know, it's always a good time to help out a good cause in the community.
Absolutely.
And she is back by popular demand. That is something that we have coming up on our live show today. Personal chef and food entrepreneur Tammy Brawley is back in the Virginia This Morning kitchen. Woo-hoo-hoo. She has a kitchen hack that will show you how you can toast and grind whole spices to elevate your food's flavor profile. Then she will put together a creamy vegan chocolate pudding using avocados. That's still to come on our live show this morning.
Toast your own spices?
I'm looking forward to that because you can add so much flavor.
I bet they're much better.
I bet they're so much better, and you don't have to put salt, and you know, it's good for your health to use spices
As opposed
for
to
flavor.
those spices on the rack at Grandma's house have been there since the 70s.
Exactly. I think I might have some of those. I think I still have some that I bought when I was in college that are still on my spice rack. So
these are going to be much better. Plus, speaking of better, we got some great live music for you today to fill our studio. Virginia is home of a great musical talent. Some of the best in the world are based right here in Central Virginia, and that includes our next musical guest. Singer and songwriter Kyle Davis is here. He's shared the stage with Bob Dylan, John Mayer, Hall & Oates, Sheryl Crow, and those are just some of the several folks he's done. He's going to do a couple of tunes for us today for his soundtrack for the popular TV show. He's done that in our show, too. This morning, Kyle is joined by our friend Willie Williams, and they are going to perform a few songs a little bit later this morning. Just kind of tune it up right now with a little preview there.
played with Bob Dylan, and you know, you're Billy B, so you are just as cool as that, man. So now this is another person to add to the list.
Okay.
Now we do want to get a check-in with CBS 6 meteorologist Tom Patton, who has a look at the local Smooth Day Tuesday forecast. Tom, I don't know, Smooth Day Tuesday, I think it's more like Brr Day Tuesday or Frigid Day Tuesday. You even brought out the gloves, so I know it has to be cold out there.
For me to bring out the gloves.
Yeah.
And the puffy jacket.
And the hooded sweatshirt. I'm bringing it all.
The layers are so important on days like this because you get, you know, you're frigid and then you go inside and, you know, you want to be comfortable. So
Good point.
You are being a good example of what we're supposed to be this time of year.
Put a star by his name today.
Yeah.
Tommy was a good example for the rest of the class.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And by the way, Amy, I understand the college spice rack thing.
Yeah, I didn't have any.
I think
and
everybody gets it, yes.
And then I bought some and I was looking through it and I still think that I have some of that. So I think it's time to throw it out since, you know, I'm just about old as dirt. So yeah, get rid of the spices.
I'm sure you still have the marjoram. Everybody, is it marjoram? Is that an herb, a spice?
It is, and that's the thing. You sometimes buy it for only a quarter of a teaspoon and then you never use it again. And you forget that you have it and then you go and you buy the marjoram again.
I don't know what that is. That's what you put on toast, right?
That's margarine. Oh. Margarine.
I use mine all the time.
I get it, Phil, yes. And it's probably you have a nice tub and all that, and we get it. So very good. And way to reuse it, too. All right, it's cold out here, and it's 32 degrees. Now, listen, if you're new to town and you're thinking, if this is as cold, leaves are dropping on me. If this is as cold as it gets, it's really not that bad. Well, it does get colder. Sometimes we'll have, I remember a daytime high, I think the coldest daytime high I remember here was about 19. And that's because it had snowed, the ground was cold, and it was, 5, 6, I don't remember exactly, but we did have a daytime high of 19, and we'll occasionally get down into the single digits. 3-4 years ago, we got a stretch of single digits. But for a daytime high, you're talking low 30s, 20s. That'll happen a lot. Not a whole lot around here, but we get that. So there you go. 44 today, cold sunshine. You just got to kind of relate it to average. Like the normal's still well into the 53 or so. So, we're 10 or so degrees from that. Clear and cold tonight. It's going to be a really cold night tonight. And a big area of high pressure settling in over Mississippi River Valley area. And it's going to continue with this cold flow of air. We'll get another shot of very cold air in probably Thursday into Friday. Still some lake effect snows out there. Not as heavy and not as well defined, the bands, but they're still seeing some good flurries and some light accumulations. And when our next shot of cold air comes in, which will be Thursday, from Thursday to Friday, they'll get a lot more lake effect snow up there. For us, the cold front will translate to a few light showers early Thursday morning. That's about it. But then Friday's temperatures, a daytime high of around 40 degrees. So there you go. Yeah, and it does get colder. But for this time of year, it's a nice shock to the system. Virginia This Morning will continue right after this.
Everybody, happy Giving Tuesday to you. It is December 3rd. Virginia This Morning is the spot to find out about community events, hear some good music, learn how to make some delicious recipes, and so much more. We have all of that on the docket today. I'm Amy Lacey here with Mr. Bill Bevins. Hey, Mr. B.
Good morning to Amy, and hello, sunshine. We hope your day will be a peaceful and productive one. It's always great to be here and enjoy some positive, upbeat vibes. We have a lot of territory to cover, so let's get it started, Amy.
Now is the time to do a recap of what is coming up for those of you who are just tuning in.
Award-winning singer-songwriter Kyle Davis is here. We can't wait to catch up with him. He's going to perform a few musical selections with his friend Willie Williams. That's coming up in our second half hour. Good to see you guys.
And she is a popular personal chef and is the owner of the Green Kitchen RVA. Tammy Brawley makes a return to the Virginia This Morning kitchen. She's going to share a kitchen hack to help you elevate the flavor of your food. And then we'll make a rich and creamy vegan chocolate pudding using avocados. That was the drum roll moment. We will enjoy that coming up in 30 minutes or so.
All right, before we head to break, here's a fun event you might want to put on your calendar.
This segment is sponsored by the Bazaar Bazaar.
The Bazaar Bazaar is your one-stop shop this holiday season. The perfect place to get in the holiday spirit and find the perfect gift for your family and friends. Joining us today with a preview of what to expect at this year's event is Buff Ramsey. It's so great to see you.
Thank you so much for having me.
I am so excited about the show this year because it is under new ownership, but it's still in the same family.
Absolutely, yes. Alice Siegel, our fearless leader, started the business back in 1975, and she has led us through to today. Her daughter has taken ownership from her as she decides to step back and enjoy a little time at home. And we're really excited. It's kind of a new chapter for our show, and it ensures that it will continue to be a Richmond shopping tradition for many years to come.
1975 to now, that is quite a run just so far. And what I love about the Bazaar Bazaar is that it is the same concept each year, but it somehow continues to evolve to be a different version of itself.
Absolutely. It's really kind of cool. You know, obviously, when it started, it was a small entity. Alice had a bunch of friends who were making different items, and she just said, you know, I don't really feel like doing that, but I can get all my friends together in a room and invite a whole bunch of people over, and maybe we can all make some money. And that concept grew and grew to become what we all know as the Bazaar Bazaar today. And it is always just a really exciting event with new exhibitors every year. They're exclusive to our show. You're not likely to see them any other places or events in the area. And it's something that we really take pride in, how we find the exhibitors and how they find us.
And what is wonderful about it, too, is that it's at the Richmond Raceway Complex, and you can just walk and walk and walk and walk, and you have this endless, almost, lines of exhibitors.
Absolutely. We have over 375 exhibitors and 500 and some odd booth spaces in 4 buildings at the Raceway Complex. And one of the best things about it is the parking is free.
Oh, my goodness. Parking free.
Yes.
That is amazing. That's
Not much
always
free
a win.
out there anymore.
Always a win during the holiday season.
Yep.
You had mentioned that there are a lot of exclusive vendors. Who are some of the exhibitors that folks can check out whenever they're there?
Oh gosh, we have pretty much anything you can think of: jewelry, clothing, gourmet foods, a lot of artists and crafters. One of my favorite is Anne Von Designs. She does hand-designed jewelry, beautiful, beautiful things with fine gemstones, semi-precious jewels. We have several artists. Eliza Askins, who happens to be local, she does pen and ink drawings of Richmond landmarks. She has been with us for, gosh, over 20 years, and we love having her every year. We do have some people who come from far afield. We have an exhibitor out of Nashville, the Plate Lady. She makes birdhouses out of old license plates,
wow,
among other things, keychains, and really, really fun things. We have some authors, which is new to us, children's book authors, crime, mystery, thriller author. Pretty much a little bit of something for everybody. Clothing, Julie's Boutique from Charlotte has, she's kind of our flagship, right in the center of Building 1. Love her. Most of the things I wear around the holidays are from Julie's because I always find something new at each show.
So there are so many unique gets, if you will, while you're there. But it can also be a unique shopping experience. It's not one size fits all because you have preview events, you have early bird specials, and more.
Absolutely, yes. So we're really happy to support Operation Healing Forces. They are the nonprofit organization that puts on our preview night shopping event, which is on Wednesday evening from 4:30 to 9. It's an opportunity to shop early. There's less crowds, which is always lovely. And it's raising money for Operation Healing Forces, which is an important cause that supports Special Forces military veterans who are returning from deployment. In addition to that, we have early bird hours for the person who wants to get a jump on the shopping. That is on Thursday and Friday morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And that is, again, an opportunity to get a jump on the shopping and hopefully beat the crowds. And then, of course, we have our general admission, which is Thursday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 7, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 10 to 5 on Sunday.
Well, it is wonderful. Thank you for helping us get into the holiday spirit.
Absolutely. I love it every year.
What a wonderful way that we can sort of kick off the season and bring back a Richmond tradition.
Absolutely.
The Bazaar Bazaar is happening December 5th through the 8th at the Richmond Raceway Complex. For more information, give them a call at 804-673-7015 or visit the website, thebazaarbazaar.com. Visit the link on your screen, too, to purchase tickets. You can also connect with them on social media. Don't go anywhere. Virginia This Morning will return right after the break.
All right, welcome back. Billboard magazine once called him one of the best unsigned artists. You ever get signed? Anyway.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. He has the distinct pleasure of appearing on the cover of that magazine, Rolling Stone. He was on the cover of Rolling Stone, unlike Dr. Hook. Now, he gave his debut, they gave his debut 4 stars that year, and he's shared the stage with, we mentioned this before, like Bob Dylan, John Mayer, Hall & Oates, all those other folks. And he is a proud and highly anticipated, his new album is coming out, and it's called Jericho. Been 5 years since you were here last time. And we played a couple of your tunes from the last album, but obviously it just keeps moving forward, and new tunes come out, and you keep cranking them out and writing them. When you start the whole process, day-to-day life affects you, obviously, things you see, things you hear. How's all of that work?
You know, you're not writing about the same things you were writing about when you were 25.
Let's hope not.
But but you're in a whole different area, and all kinds of different things are happening. You notice different things, and so you have a whole different catalog and encyclopedia to write from, and you notice things in a more serious way.
And as a dad,
yeah, I mean that's a big deal. Yeah, that is a big deal. Yeah.
Makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Willie, I don't think you're mic'd at this point, but I just want to welcome you. Big fan of this guy.
Me too.
And when I walked in, I didn't recognize him, and we actually did a gig together once out in Powhatan, and I was like, wow. He was playing with Steve Bassett, and good, and you guys kind of hooked back up. When you find great musicians, that's got to be a big help to kind of push it along.
Oh, it's incredible. I did this record with the record that I did the first record for Sony with, same guys, Don Dixon, Rob Ladd from Henley's band, and Peter Holsapple was originally with REM and Hootie, and so we did like the 25-year reunion. You know, I don't know if we'll do another 25-year reunion, but it is great, and he's incredible, and I just snagged him because he happened to be free for a day, and it's my treat because he's amazing songwriter.
Well, it's just like in like sports, you know, everybody rises to the level of the person you're dealing with, and obviously to get somebody great to help you out a little bit helps, and we're thrilled to have both of you here. Ready to hear, what do you want to play for us first?
It's a song off of Jericho. It's the first single video came out, and then it's called The Last Line, and it's a positive song. It's about getting better, about the opportunity to make good.
Something we all need to do, get a little better. Now for your listening enjoyment, here's Kyle Davis on acoustic guitar, accompanied by Willie Williams on electric guitar, performing The Last Line. Gentlemen.
20 minutes out of New York City, like a moth drawn to the lights. In a broken, narrow alley, a black tar horse, cellophane looks like ice. Somewhere beneath the radar, trying to understand seasons of grace. Go down these roads, we can't get back, and no one ever said this would be easy. Never knew it could rain like this in the rainy season. Search your flame. Your search will change as you go. Maybe the next line I write, it'll mean the most. Well, I cut my hair, shave my face, tried to leave barely a trace, but numbers don't lie, courts might try. I'm an innocent man, and no one ever said this was easy. Superman, Captain Marvel, who didn't want to have wings and fly, but everything looks cut in perfect squares from 30,000 feet high. We go down these roads
Very nice. All right, anybody that says we don't have great talent here in Central Virginia hasn't listened to Kyle. Once again, that is our friend, award-winning Virginia-based singer, songwriter Kyle Davis, along with Willie Williams, helping him out this morning. They're not leaving the studio just yet. They're going to enjoy another song from these talented performers later on today's show. Now, if you want to keep following and keep up to date with Kyle's music career, we'll post a link on our show website at virginiathismorning.com. All right, we have to take a quick break. We'll be back. Hope to see you on the other side in just a moment.
This segment is sponsored by Perkinson Center for the Arts and Education.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Virginia has some great venues where you can enjoy musical performances and other events all year long, including Chesterfield's premier spot, the Perkinson Center for the Arts and Education. The executive director, Chelsea Bulis, is back to share a few upcoming features that they have planned. It is so great to see you again, Chelsea.
Thank you so much for having me.
The holiday season means that you get even busier than you are other times of the year. For folks who aren't familiar with the center, tell us what it is and where it is.
Definitely. That's a really great question. And for those who do not know about us, we are the Perkinson Center for the Arts and Education. And I would love to share this. We are the recently named Nonprofit of the Year by the Chesterfield Chamber of Commerce. So we are celebrating that. We are nestled in the heart of Chester, and we are home to the Baxter and Elaine Perkinson Jr. Art Gallery, the Jimmy Dean Theater, as well as an expansive arts education center. And we welcome members from all across the region to come experience the Perkinson Center and what we have to offer. We uplift the arts in a variety of ways, and we invite people to explore, create, and experience the arts.
It is one of my favorite little spots. I always kind of call it a hidden gem because you are nestled there in that Chester area. And I love it so much because you always have great family-friendly activities going on. And you have a lot coming up for the holiday season, too.
Yes, our halls are decked and the lights are strung and hung and the trees are up, and we are ready to usher in the holiday season. We have coming up this Friday the Barter Players featuring their show, Frosty, a Musical Adventure. We have just a few tickets left for that. And then next week we get to welcome our friends at Stavna Ballet, who will be presenting The Nutcracker, a timeless classic. That will be December 11th through the 15th. And then we get to welcome on Friday, December 20th, our Richmond legend, Desiree Roots with Jingle Bell Jazz with Desiree Roots, and we are so excited, as well as a laundry list of other opportunities to connect. We have performances featuring the Virginians Chorus, as well as a fan favorite, Tuba Christmas as well. So additional information can be found on our website for those upcoming events.
Oh my goodness, there is something for every single person on your list. Wouldn't tickets to something be a great, great gift?
Definitely.
So it is Giving Tuesday today, as I mentioned a little bit earlier in the show, and it's a great way to support organizations just like yours. How can someone maybe donate to the cause, either financially or with their time?
Definitely. Giving Tuesday is a very important day for those of us in the nonprofit world, and it's important to highlight that it's a day of giving back to those organizations and causes that we hold dear. And we have a call to action here at the Perkinson Center. We invite members across the region to invest in our mission of bringing the power of art to all. And we are so privileged to be able to do that for our community. And while we celebrate this day of giving, we also want to acknowledge that we give great thanks to our donors, our supporters, our sponsors, because we would not be able to do what we do as an arts nonprofit without the generosity of others. So whether it's purchasing a ticket to a show, planning a visit, giving of your financial resources or your volunteerism, or just spreading the word, we are so grateful for that continuous support. And again, this is a great day. Giving Tuesday is a fantastic opportunity to connect with individuals and organizations that uplift and support our community.
And we are so grateful that we have the opportunity to use our voices here to let folks know about the Perkinson Center, because it is just really such a special place in our community for people of all ages. I know we've been talking about the holiday season. Any little hints of what is to come in 2025? Because I know that you're already planning 6-12 months in advance. advance.
Exactly. Well, again, we have our holiday season, and then we welcome 2025 with a wonderful opportunity. We have our friends at the Latin Ballet of Virginia who will be hosting the Legend of the Poinsettia. We will be partnering with our friends at the Richmond Performing Arts Alliance with a day of arts education with Genworth Lights Up. We've got Innovation Band coming, which is a fantastic Richmond-based band, and lots of other opportunities all throughout the remainder of our 24-25 season.
It really is just such a special place. And again, like I said, wouldn't tickets to a show be a fantastic gift to find in your stocking from Santa this year?
Definitely. And also we've got gift certificates too.
That is wonderful. It's always the right size. So thank you so much, Chelsea, for coming in here. Happy holidays to you. And thank you so much for coming into Virginia this morning. We'll see you next year, if not before.
If not before.
The Perkinson Center for the Arts and Education is located at 11810 Center Street in Chester. For more information, you can give them a call at 804-748-5555. You can find them online at perkinsoncenter.org, and they're on Facebook and Instagram too. Mr. B, today you're enjoying some good music right here in the studio too.
You betcha, and some good friends of ours too. That's right, our friend of the show and award-winning singer-songwriter Kyle Davis is here. His fellow musician Willie Williams performed earlier this morning, and in case you missed it, we will post that on our show website by early this afternoon at virginiathismorning.com. Now, I want to get a quick plug in because we do play a lot of Kyle's music and Willie's music on the streaming station, The Breeze, with features a lot of local artists. Both of you guys are on there all the time, but they're on our show live this morning. So they prepared another tune for you. One more time. Here's Kyle Davis, accompanied by Willie Williams with Matches.
I heard
All right. Kyle just won the award when the Richmond International Film Festival was here in town. Took home the big award for that show. He is the award-winning singer-songwriter Kyle Davis, and our friend Willie Williams is with him this morning. If you would like to book either Kyle or Willie for your next party gathering, we'll post a link on our show website by early this afternoon. VirginiaThisMorning.com. Stick around. We'll be right back.
We love sharing kitchen hacks here at Virginia This Morning because they can make your life easier when preparing your favorite foods. Our next guest is going to show us how to elevate the flavor by prepping spices. Then we will take a break and make our signature vegan chocolate pudding made with avocados. We welcome personal chef and owner of the Green Kitchen RVA, Tammy Brawley, back into our kitchen. Hey, Tammy, so good
Hi,
to
Amy.
be here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me once again. I appreciate you being here.
You are a legend around these parts, but this is my first time working with you.
I know.
And I'm really looking forward to it because I love a good kitchen hack.
Oh,
and this one
absolutely.
is one that any of us can use at home.
Anybody can use at home. I absolutely love toasting and grinding my own spices. You know, between breaks we were talking about you buy the smaller amounts and things like that.
Yeah.
You really should. It keeps them fresher. But when you toast them and grind them yourself, it's even better.
Okay.
I have a little myriad of spices here. This is actually a combination for garam masala,
Okay.
which is an Indian spice. I have some coriander seed, I have some fennel seed, some whole cloves. I've got green cardamom, black cardamom, whole cinnamon, black peppercorns or a mixture of peppercorns, a star anise, and then I've got some cumin seeds, and then we're going to be working with some fresh nutmeg as well. This handy dandy little thing, it's kind of a coffee grinder.
Yeah,
but you
I
can
have
use
one
it
of those at home, and I've never thought to use spices.
well,
in it.
and then you can use it for both actually. So what we're going to do is we're going to put all of our spices into our spice grinder, if I can do it without making too much of a mess.
There we go.
Put them all in here. And the main thing you want to learn, Amy, I started to say you Lacey.
Everybody calls me Lacey.
I wonder
I'll
why.
answer to
That's
it.
interesting.
When you have two first names, it's, you know, it's what you get.
What you do. Well, the main thing you want to learn when you're toasting these spices is there's never any liquid involved. You don't want to put any oil, you don't want to put any water. You want a hot, dry skillet, and that's
Okay.
very, very important. So I've put all of those spices I mentioned, except for one or two here. We're going to put it into our grinder. It's going to make a lot of noise. You really want to get it to where you almost don't hear that noise. You can tell it's still really chunky and everything.
yeah.
The cardamom is going to be really chunky, and the cinnamon sticks are going to be really
Okay.
chunky. So it takes just a few minutes.
Oh, give it a little tap,
I do. I pick it up and shake it. I really like doing that.
It helps to mix them up a little bit, I would think.
It does, definitely. And also, too, it's hot from the burner
Yep.
or from the pan. So it's going to build up probably a tad bit of condensation. And I know our time is limited, so I'm probably going to cut it just a tad short.
Okay.
I like to bang on it and open this up.
There you go.
And the first thing I want you to do is smell that.
Oh, it smells like an Indian restaurant.
Incredible Indian warm
beautiful.
spices. Now, what I like to do is pour it into a jar or whatever I'm going to keep it in my cabinet. And then I do happen to add a little bit of fresh ground nutmeg. I could have easily have put this bulb in the spice grinder,
Yeah.
but it's a bit hard, and I really don't want to do that. So I'm actually going to use a little grinder here. I'm going to grind some fresh nutmeg right on top of it.
I love nutmeg, and I've never bought it like that
Yep.
before. I need
Buy
to
it
start
in the
grinding
bulbs.
my
And
own.
I can't tell you. Now, you talk about keeping them in your cabinet for a while.
Yeah.
I've had this in my cabinet a while, and yet
It still smells beautiful.
it's because it's a whole spice.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I like to add, and I should have added it to the grinder, but I won't, but this is the outer covering actually to the nutmeg. This is mace, M-A-C-E. You see this a lot in baking and everything. This is another spice that you could certainly add to be ground in there. So I love doing it that way. I love making my own spices and keeping them in my cabinet. I do garam masala. I do a tandoori spice that I keep in my cabinet. I do a vegan barbecue spice that I keep in my cabinet. But the key about this thing, which I absolutely love, yes, it's a coffee grinder.
Yeah.
Can you use it for spices? Sure. How do you clean them? Dry rice.
Who knew? Okay.
Throw your dry rice into that grinder and put your top on it. Grind the rice. throw the rice away. You've got a clean grinder for when you want to do your coffee.
Oh my goodness, what a fantastic hack.
Great little hack.
We did not just get one hack today, folks. We served
for the
up
price of one.
two for the price of one. Tammy, that is absolutely wonderful. Thank you for your kitchen hacks today. And Chef Tammy is going to reset and get ready to make her vegan chocolate pudding after the commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We're staying in the kitchen.
All right, earlier, Chef Tammy Brawley showed us a kitchen hack on how you can toast and grind whole spices and elevate your food flavor profile, and then clean up with rice afterwards. It was pretty cool.
Dry rice.
Yeah.
Never cooked rice,
no,
but
not
dry
the cooked rice. That's a whole different thing.
2 hacks in one today. Yeah. Now it's time to make some vegan chocolate pudding using a special ingredient, avocados. Tammy, let's jump right into it. This is a great detox after all that we've just been eating for Thanksgiving.
It very much is, Amy and Bill. I love doing this recipe. As I just said a minute ago, if you tell somebody vegan, usually their face just drains of color, and so I usually make it and then let them taste it, and they're always pretty amazed at it. There's a couple different things that we're going into using the food processor, but I do want to start with this Enjoy Life chocolate. This is a vegan chocolate, so there's no milk fat in this, and it's sold in your regular grocery stores. Microwave for about 30 seconds at a time, and it comes out nice and thin.
Yeah, it does.
And at this point, you want to sweeten it. And
it looks like real chocolate.
It does look like real chocolate. It even tastes like real chocolate, believe it or not. You sweeten it. Now, I use agave, but you can use a brown rice syrup. You can use a sorghum syrup. You can use a maple syrup. But agave is fine for what we're doing today. We're going to put about 2 tablespoons in it.
Question, does that, the Enjoy Life chocolate morsels, do they have any sugar in them?
That's a great question, Bill. I actually don't think so. I think if you want to look at it while I'm stirring up the...
Because you're sweetening it.
Unsweetened chocolate.
I think it's unsweetened,
and cane sugar and cocoa butter. 3 ingredients in this one.
So we're sweetening it here with the agave, and it's actually going to be somewhat of a bitter taste to a certain extent because of the dark chocolate. We're using dark chocolate chips, and we're actually going to use a Dutch processed cocoa in this as well. But we start with the avocados. We cut them in half, and I know some people do them in their hand. My son does, and it drives me crazy. I have to do them on the cutting board. But when you buy an avocado, you want it to be, you know, just a little give to your fingers.
Yeah, but not too much, because that's
certainly not too much.
A little too brown inside.
You do want to make sure that you take that core piece out before you cut it, because if you don't, you'll end up pushing that into the avocado.
Okay.
A little bit more of a pain to get out, but I like to put them on the cutting board, and I start usually at the base, and I roll my avocado around my knife rather than in my hand. Now, there is little danger that I do, but I'm used to it, and that is having it in your hand and whacking the pit, and then you turn it. And usually it works like this.
There you go.
And usually I can take that off right over top of my trash can. No danger of hurting myself.
I think you're giving us a lot of hacks today.
Trying to. So then you want to take the avocado and put it in your food processor.
Very nice.
This will take just a second, but it's
So the last time you were here, I think you showed us a hack with avocados themselves.
Yes, I did. You remember that?
Yes, and it was amazing. And I was telling people about it, and they went, no.
Well,
Tell
there
me
you
about
go.
this
Let's do a 3-for-1 today then.
Okay.
Avocados typically can be really, really hard as rocks. And one day I was trying to make something, and I thought, God, these are way too hard, and I didn't have time to go to the store. So I thought, So I popped one in the microwave.
There you go.
Literally for like 20 to 30 seconds, and it softened it right.
Did you put
Very nice.
like saran wrap or something?
No, sir.
Something that was just plain?
Nope, just plain avocado in the microwave. You really want to judge it. You want to do it a couple of seconds at a time.
Just a little.
Yep, and you pull it out, and it is nice and soft, and it's amazing how that works. So I consider that a great kitchen hack. So we're going to process up the avocados. We're going to go ahead and add, now I'm using almond milk because it is vegan, but you can, you know, if you don't want to go vegan, you don't have to. We're going to add a couple tablespoons of almond milk in that.
Now, is that unsweetened almond milk?
Yes, I used unsweetened almond milk. Now, could I use vanilla in it? I could use vanilla milk, sure. But I keep it on hand for when I'm doing other baking and things like that. And we are going to be adding some vanilla extract to this as well. So this is processing up. We're going to go ahead and add a couple tablespoons of cocoa. Now, I'm going to turn this off to do that, because if I put it in through the little hole at the top, I might end up wearing it. Exactly. And that wouldn't be the first time here on the site that I've done that. We're going to do 2 tablespoons. I've kind of cut this recipe in half for viewing purposes, but when they see this recipe themselves, they might see more cocoa or more avocados. Nothing wrong with that. And then we're going to go ahead and add 2 other things, and that is vanilla extract and a specialty salt that I like to use. A teaspoon of vanilla extract is totally fine. If you don't have a teaspoon handy, what do? We punt. So we add a little bit of vanilla here from the top, using that. Now this is my secret weapon in the kitchen. I love it. Spice and Tea Exchange, to give them a little bit of a plug, I know, but they sell specialty salts and sugars.
I never knew that they had that.
Absolutely.
How did I miss that during my shopping ventures?
Well, and they're in Carytown. I absolutely love using them. I've used them for years. They sell specialty teas, but I'm a coffee drinker, so I don't buy their tea. But this is a chocolate salt.
So that's under the heading Essentials of Life.
Exactly.
Chocolate and salt.
Chocolate and salt. That is absolutely true.
Yeah.
I've got a little pinch measure here. I'm going to put that in there. Anything I do that requires chocolate, I always put a chocolate salt.
Well, it adds that. It helps just to amplify.
It really does, absolutely. Just like when we were talking about the kitchen hack earlier with toasting the spices, it amplifies the flavor, absolutely. So now this is processing, and now what we're going to do, I'm going to take just a minute. You can see the avocado disappearing.
So you want to make sure that you see that it's really not chunky at all.
No, you don't want it to be chunky at all. You want to make sure it's nice and blended. And I do see some still in there that's pretty thick, so I'm actually going to get in here.
Help it along a little bit.
Yeah.
Help it along, exactly.
'Tis the season to help
Giving
your food
Tuesday.
process.
Giving Tuesday. So we'll smooth that out again. Then we're going to take our sweetened chocolate chips that we have that you enjoy live. It's looking pretty decent. So now I'm going to scrape in the melted chocolate. And the recipe will call for this to be melted in the microwave. It's absolutely the best way to do it. 30 seconds at a time.
Not over steam or anything like that?
Nope, not over steam, certainly not over direct heat. I've actually tried it over direct heat and made a tremendous...
Well, and a double boiler can kind of,
Double boilers sometimes, and I don't know what it is about this being vegan or the no milk fat in it or anything, but it just really helps it blend well when you do the microwave versus the stove. So we're just about ready here.
There we go.
Now, once it blends up, you can portion it into your dessert cups, and it will thicken if you leave it in the refrigerator for a little while. So just like anything else, when I tell people, if you're planning a dinner party, do what takes the longest, and that's usually dessert. Start with there, okay? Get your chocolate pudding into the refrigerator, then move on towards the rest of your meal. So I think we're pretty much ready here. I'm going to give you guys a little taste.
Well, you're right on time because we're
oh, I love being on time.
Yeah.
All right, here you go, guys. Oh. Now, honest to gosh, if I didn't tell you that had avocado in it, I seriously don't think
I would have no idea. It is so rich. It's like a ganache.
Yes, it is. It's basically...
That's good. All right, we're going to dig into this a little bit more. We'll do some more sampling when we come back. It's a real quick break, folks. If you want more information on the services that the Green Kitchen RVA provides, we'll put a link on our show website later today at virginiathismorning.com. Now I can eat.
Stay with us.
Welcome back. Personal Chef Tammy Brawley is here, and we've already been trying some of this stuff. It is good vegan chocolate pudding, although I don't believe it's really vegan. It was too good.
Yeah, the secret ingredients, avocados, and I have to say I'm going to take a little more.
Please do.
But it is very, very, very creamy, very thick. If you like a chocolate ganache, this is it right here. And only had a few ingredients in it too. Very, very clean eating.
Well, and avocado just is the best fat that's out there for you. It really is. And I actually eat avocados weekly.
I eat them daily.
Well, you are in the Green Kitchen. See what I did there? All right, folks, Tammy you do all kinds of things at the Green Kitchen, which is over at Stony Point.
At Stony Point.
And you do cooking instructions, so you can go learn a little bit.
Yep.
You do obviously catering, chef
I do personal chef meals on a weekly basis. Clients who have dietary restrictions and allergies that don't have time to cook, don't want to cook, don't know what to do to better themselves, they'll reach out to me, and we prepare the meals weekly for them and take them and they warm them up throughout the week.
And you're a natural teacher anyway,
well,
so they're going to learn from you.
We got many hacks today.
Thank you to all our guests today, including our good friend Chef Tammy Brawley, Kyle Davis, and Willie Williams were here with some great music. Also, our friends from the Perkinson Center for the Arts and Education and Bazaar. And most importantly, thank you for watching.
That does it for Tuesday, but our live Wednesday show's coming up tomorrow. We can't wait to be a part of your morning. We'll see you at 8:56 a.m. 'Tis the season to be kind to yourself